Welcome to All About Factoring series.
Hello everyone, my name is James and welcome to part 3 of tricks for finding factors of numbers. In the last part, I talked about 5 being a factor of numbers ending in 0 or 5. Check it out if you haven't already, but otherwise I'm going to talk about a trick that will require a little bit of math. To get started, let's look at a times table for 9. Is there anything you notice about the highlighted numbers, particularly their digits? Try this. Separate the digits for each number. For each pair of numbers, do you see a relationship with them and 9? You may see it, but if you don't, that's okay. I'm going to reveal the pattern now. Weirdly enough, the numbers add up to 9, and well, 9 can divide into itself. What if we kept going with like 9 times 11? It gives me 99, and combining the digits gives me 18. But isn't 18 a multiple of 9? It is, so this leads into our fourth trick. Trick number 4 says 9 is a factor of any number whose digits add up to a multiple of 9. Before we practice, knowing the times table for 9 is required for this trick to work. However, unless you're dealing with super big numbers and you can't use a calculator, you only need to know up until 9 times 12. If not, 9 times 10. And let's see why with some examples. So, is 9 a factor of 630? Well, first add up the digits, so 6 plus 3 plus 0 gives me 9. And we know 9 is a multiple of itself. So, 9 is a factor of 630. Okay, let's try 831 now. So 8 plus 3 plus 1 gives me 12. But 12 doesn't appear on our times table, so showing that 12 isn't a multiple of 9, which means 9 can't be a factor of 831. Now, 558. Add up the digits, that gives me 18. And, well, 18 is a multiple of 9. So, 9 is a factor of 558. These have been too easy, so let's do some bigger numbers now. Starting with 9,948. Add the digits, which gives us 30. Is 30 a multiple of 9? Well, from our times table, 30 isn't on there. So, 30 is not a multiple of 9. Which means 9 isn't a factor of 9,948. Okay, well, what about 7,596? Well, adding the digits, I get 27. Is 27 a multiple of 9? It is. So, 9 is a factor of 7,596. Okay, well, how about 987,654,321? What do you get if you add up the digits? Well, you get 45. Now the question to ask is 45 a multiple of 9? 45 does appear on our times table, so yes, 45 is a multiple of 9, making 9 a factor of this monstrosity of a number. Now, I typically show how or why a trick works, but for this one, it requires an advanced technique / concept that's way out of the scope of this video, so to keep things simple, this trick works because it works. If you are, however, curious about why this works, I will at least encourage you to look into it. To wrap things up, the main difference between this trick and the others is that we now have to do a little bit of math. Just to recall, trick number 4 says 9 is a factor of any number whose digits add up to a multiple of 9. Our approach was adding up the digits and looking at the result. If the result was a multiple of 9, then 9 is a factor of that number. This does require you to know the times table for 9. The next trick we'll go over will be similar. So what number do you think I will talk about next that works just like this, just like trick number 4? I'll give a hint. Think about tricks number 2 and number 3. More specifically, think about the numbers involved, 10 and 5. Why did trick number 3 work? Think about it. And thanks for watching.
That's a wrap for today's episode of All About Factoring series. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next All About Factoring episode.